Welcome back everybody. Let's have a look at Bitcoin and XRP on this video, and we'll move on to some other videos about some of those other coins that we're excited about at the moment. But I mean, just as far as Bitcoin's concerned, because we've got to always go through Bitcoin first, what's going on here is that we're still stuck within this resistance area, starting from 11,550 to 12,050 technically is where I'd like to see it break and continue after that. Breaking up and going on after that would probably mean a continued rally of perhaps maybe even above the previous year's all-time high, so I'm talking over 14,000 eventually, and probably quite quickly actually. But for the moment, what's happening here is that we did come down. This was as a result of gold kind of dumping a little bit, so we dumped basically with gold. But the good thing is we held up on the center of the Bollinger Band on the daily, and yesterday we launched and we've not come back down to test it, so it's shown relative strength. These wicks here prove that, and today it looks as though we might break and maybe make our way up to 12,000. We'll have to see. And what does that mean for XRP? So this is the good thing about XRP. XRP looks to me as though it's got a giant bull flag emerging out of this. And yes, we are still within a resistance box, and actually if you look at it with Bitcoin and XRP, they've both exactly reacted the same way to the center of the Bollinger Band. So dumped that time, dumped with gold, nice buybacks back into this support and resistance area, so each time basically closing within the box, which is great. I mean, it's not showing any signs of collapse. We did sort of theorize that if it did dump below this level, we'd be coming down to between 24 and maybe even as low as 22. Obviously those are still options. We've got to respect the fact that this appears to be a very strong resistance area for Bitcoin, and it could dump at any time. But so far, I mean, we do have a negative cross on the MACD, but it's still very, very much in bullish territory. As far as the moving average is concerned, they're pretty much bullish still. RSI is relatively safe. Money flow index is neither here nor there, and again the same with XRP. So we've got generally a nice little spread here, quite nice and neat and even of moving averages, and we're right in the middle of the resistance support resistance box. RSI is still quite high, but it's safe enough to make a big move, and money flow index neither here nor there. So what can we do? What can we expect from this move? Okay, so first of all, the first thing to expect would be to take out the highest wicks here. So this will be your first, and again, I'm not your financial advisor, but my first targets are going to be about 31. See where that takes us. That should almost certainly get filled. But when we're talking about a giant bull flag like this, you can kind of make measure moves from that. Now the thing is, because we rallied so much and so high, it's difficult to work out where we take that measure move from. So I'm going to take it from this dump here, because this wick and this candle body definitely caused a good support and launch pad. So are we going to go to the very top of the wick? We might as well. See where that takes us from the current price action as we are right now. This is going to be very high, by the way, so don't throw all your money in just because you've seen me do this. The top area of this brings us up to around about 37 cents, which is really high. Is that completely plausible? Is that likely to happen? I wouldn't say it's unlikely. I wouldn't say that it's also very likely. But over a period of time, provided that Bitcoin doesn't completely fall in on itself, 37 cent XRP does not sound strange. Let's measure that one out from bottom to top, from the price action that we are at right now. That's a further 26.3% move from where we are at right now. Does it have the power to do that? Well, the RSI would probably allow that, and the MACD would probably allow that as well. The moving averages would probably allow that, and the money flow index should probably allow that also. Now let's have a look on some of these smaller time frames to see what these indicators look like on a lower time frame. So this looks as though it could possibly cross in a couple of days, or maybe even a day, 24 hours, and the 4 hourly has already made its cross. Now the 4 hourly really did dump, and actually we're below the 0 point. So what I'm thinking is, once we've got this 4 hourly MACD under control, that'll be when it's launchpad time. So I'm expecting when we actually get that 4-hourly cross over the 0 point, we'll start to see the big move from XRP. I'm not saying we're going to see it immediately. I'm saying that would be the first indicator to suggest that things are looking good. This hasn't yet made that cross over into the. It's made a positive cross. The histogram's looking good, but the as far as the actual MACD is concerned, it's still not above the 0 point. It's very close though, very close, and would probably fill that by the end of today, if not by tomorrow morning. So it looks as though we could have a giant move on XRP in the short term, and probably would dump quite hard. So if this wick did take place and we made our way up to 37, what would we be looking at after that? I would expect a giant correction from there, so a big wick up to the top, and I mean the 34 cent area that coincides with our top from over here, and would probably be a nice support if we could get it. Otherwise, we might even see ourselves coming back to the blue box territories and testing that as support. But by all this time, if this move takes place, whether it's today, tomorrow, over the weekend, or next week, these moving averages will be up there as well, and they have proven to be pretty strong supports also on the daily. That would be. So let's have a look at what I'm talking about. So we were riding up the 10 EMA, dumping and supporting, and then when that broke, we dumped and supported here and here and here. So actually, now that we're above the 10 EMA again, and actually if you look very closely, you can see that there was a support on the wick there as well. We're reclaiming these moving averages, the very, very top ones as well. So in that respect, it looks like it wants to make this move. It wants to go up. That's all I've got to say about it, really. So anyway, just to recap, Bitcoin, at very crucial levels, but indicators look okay. But if there was no such thing as Bitcoin, the XRP chart does look really good. We've got a giant bull flag, and we're looking to make some serious moves on this one any minute, really. I'd say within 24 hours, once that cross on the 4-hourly has taken place, that should be all it takes for it to start making those incremental steps up, and then a giant launch. But the proof will be in the pudding, and I'll be here for you to mock if it doesn't work out. Anyway, I hope you have a nice day. Take it easy. Thanks for watching.